What do you really do whenever you don't even feel like recording anything? And especially after a day when you have committed that you're going to not just record once, but multiple places. This journey that we have undertaken is turning out to be far more difficult than what I had thought of. But nevertheless, let's see how this episode is going to unfold. Welcome to episode number 49. Just waiting to check if all the platforms it's being streamed live. And yes, it is. You look at some of the most successful people in this world, and they have become the most successful because they've had the right support system. It starts with your parents supporting you and guiding you through helping you create the life that you would ideally want for yourself with the resources that they have, which in this case, right now, if you look at the whole cycle of needs that every human being goes through, starting with the basics, food, clothing, and shelter, then moves into the love, career, the skills, and all of those things, then moves into love relationship and that category. And then, of course, fulfillment, advancement. I'm talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Over the last couple of years, that entire thing has changed, especially with the onboarding of COVID and the concept of becoming a creator or an expert or an influencer or more importantly, a coach or a trainer. So there were these certain stuff that was there deep inside, and I just felt that it's a perfect time for me to share what things look like from both the inside as well as the outside perspective. As mentioned, I think yesterday itself, that I am a part of around 66 different communities across the world. Some of the top-notch coaches and trainers in the world, some of the top-notch educational institutions in the world, and then in India as well. So the only objective was I really enjoyed the life that they have built for themselves. I really love what they have created for themselves. And if given an option, this is the ideal life that I would like to have. However, because I joined this particular bandwagon in the year 2019, and now right now 2025 is going to end. So, okay, 7 years is a pretty long time to know at least something or the other about the industry. Now, in today's episode, that's what I'm going to uncover across two different layers. The first is on behalf of a student. We're going to put the hat of a student, and we are going to see what is it that we expect and what is it that we get. So it's expectations versus reality. Then I will give you the perspective of the actual coach who is delivering the session to you. We will see where things are going and what all is it that we can conclude. Please note that I will not be sharing any exclusive conclusions from my end. I will not even be giving you any names. You have the complete freedom to get into any form of speculation on names or whom am I talking about, because I really don't want my perspective to be taken up as any form of controversy whatsoever, or finger pointing or any of these things. It's just what I feel based on my experience in the last 7 years. So we're going to do it in an organized manner, and I do have my points in front of me. So let's go through it one by one, and then we will see what unfolds. Okay. So the first aspect of it is keeping in mind the foundation of communication. Now, communication has a lot of layers. And if you look at the entire training and coaching industry, the very foundation of it begins with the aspect of communication. Communication in the way they teach you and train you, that's coaching or the consulting or the courses model, whatever it is. Communication in which they convince you to be a part of their program, which is called as marketing. Communication through their website, landing pages, the stuff that they give you, which is again a form of branding, communication in the form of photographs, PR, and all of these things through which you get to know what is it that they're doing, why is it that they're doing, and that is again more of testimonials and reviews and all, again a form of marketing. And then the point of time when the transaction happens, when you are paying your money to a particular coach so that they can give you the kind of results that they are committing, that is what is called as sales. Now, sales is when communication is turned into a transaction of value. Only from my experience so far, the realization has been in more often than not, there is a big gap across multiple layers. So far, I have been a part of, at this point of time, if I have to recall, three such community members who were amazing in their marketing, made a bold promise. I made a transaction. It's not just a transaction of money, it's a transaction of faith, energy, commitment, a lot of things. And then following through every single thing that they mentioned, only to realize that they not only did not fulfill the promise, however, they literally just moved on. Now, the three most prominent ones are where a huge chunk of money and an important element of life is involved. So for me, when I finished my graduation, when I- when I, when someone finishes their graduation, they're already not clear because the education system doesn't train you on helping you find out your skills or crack a job and all of those things. So you always look up to people who can guide you, give you advice, give you suggestions, give you a roadmap that you can walk, only to realize that no, they just need your money so that they can grow their business. For them, it's a business. Now, that's something that I've experienced twice at a very, very deep rooted skill. But over a period of time, I have been much, much more observational. And I don't even get into the leap of faith until and unless I get that full-fledged conviction. Now, try and understand this, okay? Humongous amount of money are being spent on marketing. The quality of videos that you watch, whether it's YouTube videos or the ad videos and all, you will see all these flashy images will fly up from here, spaceships going on, money coming in, a lot of background keeps changing, lots of cuts and edits. Do you experience the same thing once you join the community and the kind of programs that you go through? You don't, because all those activities are being done to ensure that you as a user, you get a good experience while watching stuff, and as you get a good experience, there's a hope that you will be moved, you will be persuaded to make that transaction, make that purchase. Now, once you repeat this pattern multiple times, you realize that it's not just about paying the money to learn the stuff. Rather, you're paying money for information, the information which is available right now in AI, in YouTube, and everywhere. This information is available. You are paying for something more. So let's move to the next chapter now that we've understood the difference between marketing, sales, and the different forms of communication that is happening in the coaching market. Wait, before we get there, let's try and understand. Let's look at the student's perspective, and then we'll come to the coach's perspective with this first point. A person like me, okay, 30 years old, going to turn 30 very soon, not so clear about what life has in store, has learned a couple of skills, knows how to talk, knows how to stand and speak on stage, knows a certain set of skills, has earned decent amount of money using in the corporate life and all. And now the things that I need and want is I want to earn more money. I want to be rich. I want to be financially free. I want to achieve success. I want to be famous. I want to buy that house, the car, the lifestyle, the vacations, all of those things, because that's what social media has been able to convince me. Now, as I'm scrolling through social media, out I see one ad. Are you someone who is very, very young and wanting to become successful? what hits you is, oh yeah, this is the problem that I'm going through. Oh wow, yeah, whatever he's telling is making sense. Now probably he's just said you are 3 steps away from achieving the success. You create a product, you start selling, you do it at the comfort of your home remotely and all, without any team members, whatever it is. The problem statement, and then the solution, and then the call to action is, please join my webinar, or please sign up for my course, or pay me 99 rupees for a 2-day workshop where I will guide you through every single thing step by step. All of those things are going on, and you immediately get hooked. So you click on sign up now or check it out, and you come to a page which is called as a landing page. In this page, you see even more details about what they're going to discuss in the 2-day workshop, or 3-day workshop, 5-day workshop, or 99 rupee workshop, free workshop, webinar, could be anything of that sort. And you start going through, you begin to realize, hmm, this is something that I might be interested. And I mean, 99 rupees, I keep spending so much on pizzas and outings every day. Let me just try this out anyway. What's the worst that can happen? So you click, you make the payment, and then you are in. You're in their WhatsApp group. They've got your email ID, they've got your details, every single thing. And you are waiting, anticipating to attend the session. Now, that is you as a student up until this point. Now, let's take the hat of a student out and put the hat of the coach. This man has created something like a webinar, and at the back, that webinar or 2-day workshop, whatever it is what is called as their initial lead magnet or tripwire, which means the initial end of the funnel where they are guiding you through in the journey with them. So they have spent their time, energy, and money to create something that is going to give the intention. I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole zone of criticizing and complaining, ranting about the negativities of the training and coaching industry. I will just try to keep myself as pure as possible. And with that, let's see. The intention is I'm going to create something that's definitely going to get the result. And I'm going to ensure that when I share that with people, people will resonate. They will hop in. And then if they follow the system, then they were definitely going to get the results. So I've created that as an experience. Now I cannot sell that directly because that is very, very expensive. It's at least more than $100. So in order to give people a sneak peek, I need to give them a slice of the pie. That's what I was told when I signed up for my first ever mentoring program with one of the coaches who kind of scammed me up full-fledgedly. He said that you cannot give everyone the entire cake. If the entire cake is your coaching program, your course is going to be slice of the cake, and the webinar or the 2-day event or whatever it is that you bring people in is just going to be a sneak peek or a taste of it. You're just letting people taste you. Now, when I heard this from them, this was exact quote unquote, think about what seed he's embedding in me, or let's just try to speculate whether the actual intention is integral or not. This person has spent his time, energy, and money, first of all, to create a product which is $100 and more. He knows that it's difficult to sell it directly. Now he is giving money to social media platforms so that he will create a video or an image or something that is going to target an audience and persuade them to sign up for that initial 2-day program, 3-day program, and all of these things. So that at the end of the 2-day or the 3-day program, he can pitch, oh, if this is what results that you've got, now imagine what result are you going to get if you sign up for this particular program. And this program, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this. So they logically hook you in, and they emotionally take you on a high in that event, which puts you in a state where you are ready for action taking. And the first action taking is you sign up for the course. You sign up for the program. You sign up for the package. More or less, over and over, you will see pretty much the same pattern. More or less. And it's not just that, things have escalated a far big deal. Think about it. The moment you have shared and made that first transaction, you have given them your full name, your email ID, your phone number. your details, your personal data. And they will always have deep down some kind of a term and condition which you would have already accepted once you give the details, when you give them permission to contact you, email you, call you, text you. All of these things will be going on. So where is the purity in this? From both the ends. From the student's end, I have certain things in mind, certain problems that I'm going through, certain challenges that I'm facing. And the person who has hooked me in is already going through his set of problems and challenges and stuff, which will get solved when he gets people like you into his community to pay him money. That's how his business runs. So, is the training and coaching business really training and coaching and helping and serving, or is it just a money making machine? From a student's perspective, when I get to know this at the end of seventh year, are you able to understand where, at a fundamental, at an integral level, where things are not aligned to that extent? So, with this foundation, now let's move further and see what is it that you need to do as a student. I already gave you the picture of the coach. Now that's a little easier for me to put it across. So let me put that straight away. Okay. So I will not, again, not take any names. You look at the world's greatest coaches and trainers. You look at the greatest coaching and training institution or organizations. You even look at the world's greatest educational platforms. They all have the same format, same format. Even the schools and the colleges, okay, same format, which is you pay us money and we promise you that we will give you education. We will give you skills which you can use to make money. School does it, college does it, all these coaches and trainers do it. Initially, you join our workshop, and then we will either send you to our courses package or our initial level, and then you can do a one-to-one level, which is a little more expensive. You can join our mastermind, which is even more expensive. Like-minded people, like-minded community, you get a lot of support and all of these things. Every single level is when they need money from you to function, either one-time payment or recurring payments. And only when you pay, then their business is going on. Now, of course, there are some other people who are a little better, I would say, in terms of serving. So they have different forms of offerings. I think I discussed about this uh, in one of the earlier episodes, where I spoke about how does a coach or a public speaker earn money. What are the different possible career options or multiple streams of income that can create? Now, I'm absolutely up for that, because that way you are also sorted, while you're not really directly, there's no, like, you can be very crystal clear about what you're doing, and that's absolutely fine. You are who you are inside and outside as well. What I am not against is when the coaches and trainers do not tell us everything. When what they do versus what they tell us to do, there is a big gap, or we are not being fully informed. That is something that I'm dead against. So now, keeping these foundations intact, let's look at what we should do as a student. The first thing is, how do you even choose the right program? So the first set of questions that you need to ask yourself, something that I am doing with me right now. First is, what are the things that I do not like and do not enjoy? Now, having been through 7 years in the corporate, I pretty much have a detailed enough answer, to such an extent where even my own parents are wants to convince me into it. I can sit down with them and literally debate with them, where they will definitely not be able to give me the answers. So the first list is, what are the things that you do not enjoy doing? And that could be literally anything. So, for example, for people like me, I don't like going to the office. I don't like working after 5 o'clock. I don't enjoy working on weekends. I will not work anywhere that gives me a salary of anything less than 1 lakh per month in Indian currency. Or you can say 100. I mean, I just keep forgetting my math. Okay. So if I divide this, yeah. So 1,000 to 1,200 dollars as per Indian currency, any of these things. So I'm very, very clear about all these things, what I don't want. The next thing is, what is it that I want from my life? What is it that I need? So at this point of time, I'm going to turn 30. I would love to have 10 lakhs per month of income, ideally passive income, have a lot of free time, ensure that I'm working for 2 to 3, maximum 4 hours per day, 4 days a week, which takes care of the income that supports my entire family, including the investments and the loans and credits and EMIs and all of those things. I have consistent, repeatable incoming money which flows throughout. Also, at the same time, I would like to learn music. I would like to speak like this and get to travel across the world to speak, get invited to speak. All of those things is what I would want. Now, once I'm clear about what I don't want versus what I want, the next step is to understand who in this world is having that. And when I started out, there were obviously a couple of people in this world to whom I resonated with. So I resonated with Tony Robbins. He was the first person. And then Vishen Lakhiani, Mind Valley, second person. And then to a certain extent in India, Siddharth Rajshekar Ankurwariku, not fully, little aspect of it, not the entirety of it, some aspects of it. And the vision that they were creating. However, what I noticed was what they were teaching us versus what they were doing. There is what they're teaching us is just the ABC. What they were doing were actually writing novels and paragraphs. You're getting the idea. So now, when I have found out people who have achieved it, mind you, as I'm doing so, I'm getting to do so while searching online itself, isn't it? So the way the algorithms are trained, the more you search about something, you get in more information about it. So you're targeted with ads, your search history and watch history, all of those things are tracked. Once that entire thing is done, obviously their objective is to make a transaction, to get you into the funnel and to ensure that you are a part of the system. Now, there are a few systems that I joined only to realize that it doesn't end there. It just keeps moving further and further up and further up and further up to a certain point where there are certain coaches who says that my top 10 students are earning this much of amount and they have this many students. They are never talking about the enormous number of students who are not getting the results. So that is the second layer of questions that I'm going to ask. If I'm resonating with someone, what are the resources that they have created out for the world, which I can consume, practice, implement? If I do so, I'm going to get my results. Do I have such systems and tools? Now, I'm going to give a huge shout out to two people here. First is Simon Squibb. He's called as the Gary Vaynerchuk of UK. So I've been following his content for the last 3 months right now. I have his book. I speak to him through his AI tool. He has a free community where he helps founders and entrepreneurs fund their dreams. He runs multiple contests. His content available over YouTube is understandable, digestible to such an extent where I'm able to understand and implement. Right now, he's the one who told me, and then Yogeshwari was the one who stamped the validation, is if you're good at something, if you want to become something, in my case, like I want to become a good speaker who is invited all across the globe, then I need to continue doing this for the next 1 year minimum. So it's inspired through him that I am creating this particular content. Now, I'm at a certain time where right now he's running a challenge as well. He's kind of put up a challenge called as a 30-day challenge. So that is also something that I'm kickstarting from today, just creating content 30 days and learning as I'm growing in that whole process. The second person is Alex Hormozy, someone who wants to who has a portfolio of businesses that he mentors and takes equity out of it, but his entire content is available for free in his website. There's not even a login page that's there. Now, when I look at these kind of creators, that's what bowls me over. I mean, there's no hiding here. It's just raw, honest, exactly as it is. So, as a student, as someone who wants results, I can always look for such people, and it become even better right now. If I ask ChatGPT, let's just say this particular person's ad I have received, can you tell me more about this? What is his active funnel? What is he trying to tell me? What is he trying to teach me? Can you give me more such details about this person? And because ChatGPT is following their entire work all across internet, they can give you that entire details. And if you feel that it's something that you're able to resonate with, only then move forward. I'll give you one more very interesting example. So in India, we have one of the greatest, how do you say? It's like one of the greatest platforms for that creates trainers and coaches. Creates trainers and coaches. The only bad thing about it is once you join, you attend their one seminar, you have to pay for the next one, which is almost 10 times the price of the first seminar. And if you sign up for that, the third level of the seminar is almost 25 or 30 times than the initial seminar fee. So what I promise myself is if I've attended their one seminar, is it going to get me the money that is going to help me pay for that particular seminar? Let me retrace back because right now my brain is firing all guns blazing and I don't want to disorganize myself. Let me come to a couple of points again. Once you have selected what is your problem, what is it that you don't want, what is it that you want, who is the one in this world who has achieved it, and then did a little bit of research on whether they're creating any free content or not. Then now this is the first layer of checklist. The second layer of checklist is promise versus delivery. Now let's just say you meet someone who is telling you, if you join my webinar, I will help you earn whatever 5 lakhs per month, 10 lakhs per month. I will give you a step-by-step game plan. Now once you join, you will also get to find out whether the person has been able to achieve it themselves or not. If you're joining an author's community and they are not a Robin Sharma or a Rhonda Byrne, doesn't make any sense to join their community. And I never would. And then they would have certain members in this community. Obviously, because they have members, they will be having success stories and case studies. But important to understand, the number of people that they have trained and the ratio between the success stories and the number of people that they have trained. So if someone is telling me over 1 million people have attended my webinar, I want to know how many of those million people are successful. In most cases, not sure abroad what's the situation, but in India, the kind of communities that I've been a part of, the success ratio is 0.01%, which means for every 10,000 students, there is only one success story, one actual success story whom we can literally say that it's a success story. So that's why when I started out, I was very, very particular that I don't trust Indian coaches. All the more right now, the fact that I don't consider myself as a coach at all. I'm simply someone who's learning stuff and teaching stuff. That's it. I'm good at it. I'm good at simplifying. So I'm doing that absolutely for free. I will not charge anyone a single penny until and unless my free stuff has delivered enough value that can help them earn the money, which then they can pay me. Are you able to understand where I'm coming from? If someone is charging you even 1 rupee, they might create a perceived value, which means the coach and the trainer will try to prove to you that I am giving value to you worth 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times than what you are paying me for. But they will never take the responsibility that you are 120% going to achieve if you listen to them. They'll never do that. In fact, when you try uh, to argue or complain or vent out or ask even your clarifying questions and doubts, they will isolate you. They will ban you as a rotten apple in the community. And I faced that. The coaches to whom I paid, so the maximum that I paid to a coach is 2 lakh. 2 lakh is around 2,400-ish dollars. And I gave an honest feedback only to be retaliated. Feedback wasn't taken at all, rather retaliated. Like, how can you give feedback when you are not, I don't see you in all the sessions and all? Because here's the problem that happens. When you pay for a coaching program, they expect you to show up. They expect you to fill in the community session rooms. They expect you to do the tasks that they tell you. They expect you to keep doing the things over and over and over and over again, including spending more money until and unless you've gotten the results. So if it's a financial level stuff, they'll talk about revenue. They'll never talk about profits because they themselves are not profitable. However, revenue wise, it's good. Obviously, if you're spending money on ads, you are going to get some revenue or the other, isn't it? Based on revenue, they're going to do celebrations and all of those things, but profit, something to think about. Now, once you even decide that you've signed up and you are going to get that value, there's a part of you that's going to stop you from taking that decision, because you need to understand you will only pay the money that you have. If you don't have the money, then they'll tell you borrow money from someone, pay through your credit card, take this particular thing on credit. You are taking a loan and they are becoming rich. Unfair. There's also stuff like FOMO and fear of missing out and all of those things as well. So what's the solution to this? I mean, I'm not so sure, honestly speaking, because I have a very, very simple system right now. Is communication is something that has changed my life. I went on from 23,000 a month to almost a 6 lakh package. That's the last exit that I had. And if the single biggest thing that has changed my life completely, it's communication. I teach everything for free across the internet, across my website and my social media content and everything. But then if you feel like you would like to learn all of that, whatever it is that I've learned over the last 7 years, learn it in 30 days and then create a system, I'll just work with 10 people per month. That's a very, very simple system that I have for now. Other than that, of course, there are other forms of content, micro courses, and all that I'm in the process of releasing, which makes it easy for people to do it by themselves. Again, because I would want people to have access to world-class knowledge. And I know that I'm good at teaching, I'm good at training, I'm good at simplifying stuff. So the fact that I have all these expensive coaching programs that I am a part of, where they deliberately overcomplicate stuff or they just give superficial information, I'm taking that, creating my version of it, which allows me to add how to implement step by step. What is it that you're going to face challenges in, how to get that solved as well, how to create AI versions of yourself, including AI in it. There are all these stuff that is naturally needs to be there, and you put it out. So the questions that you need to ask is, the coach that I've selected, do they have a path that I can follow? Is the path available online? Have they set a clear expectation or a realistic expectation, or things have not been shared, details have not been answered? Do they have a proper system which has generated results across multiple fold? Do they have a community which you can ask support from, where people genuinely are there to help you? And finally, do you have the bandwidth and the discipline to show up and follow it for at least a year, not less than that? And if you're jumping, if the answer to any of this is a no, then you do not go ahead with this whole thing. Now, before I move to the pricing part of it, let me share with you the couple of niche based coaches whom I will never ever sign up with, even if they give me their entire program for free. I mean, I have got a couple of such community memberships absolutely for free, only to realize that I shouldn't have even gone over there. Okay. The first is any form of healing related communities. It's not that I'm against healing or any of that, but the problem is, personally for me, I am very, very hyperactive. I've always been so as a child. My energy, you can feel it. So for me, if you're telling me that I need to sit down and meditate, it's not possible for me. Now, how do I know that it's possible or not possible? Now, people will be like, oh, at some point of time, you probably didn't even know how to write, but you learned how to write because you stayed persistent and you wrote. Well, guess what? The person who was teaching me gave me simple methods and frameworks where I started enjoying writing. I started enjoying speaking. Meditation or any form of these healing modalities is not something that I enjoy. How do I know whether I enjoy or not? I compare. Do I enjoy playing cricket? 110% yes. Will I play cricket for throughout the day? Oh, of course I will. Even though I'm going to approach 30, I'm creating a life consciously where, like, when my brother and I was until my class 11, we used to play cricket every single day in the terrace. Before, we had a small little courtyard when we used to stay in our one room house. Then we moved to a flat where we used to play cricket in the terrace. And that's the kind of life that we want to have at some point of time. Do I enjoy playing games in time zone? Any of those mall related games, right? Ice hockey in the mall, or all of those games where you win tickets and all. Can I enjoy meditation at that same level? If there's anyone who's going to help me learn that, I'm ready. But otherwise, it's not something that I'm able to resonate with. Now, how do I know whether I resonate with something or not? I try it. I try it out for a week. Yes, I've done that. I tried it out for a week. Only if it made sense, I went ahead. Otherwise, it doesn't. So, healing should be a part of the curriculum. Okay, mindset coaching, law of attraction. I'll never ever sign up for such courses. Productivity, mindset, personal development. These are the stuff that should always be embedded within a coaching program by default as a meta skill. Let me digress slightly. What's a meta skill? Meta skill is learning how of something. So, for example, if I want to become a proper website designer, I need to learn coding. If I don't know coding, I need to learn prompt engineering so that I can get stuff done through AI. I need to have the ideas, basic ideas of design thinking, so that I'll get to know what kind of design do I like or don't like, or at least have the ability to to repurpose some of the greatest designs in the world. And then communication. How do I ask questions to myself to find out what kind of website do I need? What is the purpose of my website? So communication is a meta skill. Uh, Design thinking is a meta skill. Peak productivity is a meta skill. Time management is a meta skill. Now, all of the things should be embedded as a part of the curriculum when I am deciding to sign up, and when I watch the content of that person. If I am inclined towards peak performance and productivity, their content should help me get that frequency matched. Oh, this person is talking to me about sales, but the way he does sales, that includes a lot of peak performance elements. Now, that is something that I'd like to model and mimic, and that's something that I'd like to be interested in. Okay, I'm never a part of any form of investing courses, as in grow your portfolio to 100 million, or we will help you build your entire wealth portfolio. The very first thing for that is to help me increase my income, not manage my income. If I had the money, and if I have enough money, then I'll definitely learn how to do it. I'm still in the process of figuring out the active income. When I say active income, I'm talking about the basic income that is needed to take care of the basic expenses of myself and my family. The food, clothing, EMIs, bills, all the maintenances and Wi-Fi bill and grocery bills and all of those things. Even to that extent, a lot of people struggle. Now, if you're not going to help me increase my income, how can you help me even manage my money? So I do not sign up. And then, of course, counseling, therapy, one-to-one coaching and all. I don't sign up for any of them anymore because I tried it out and it didn't work. Just by talking to a person, I think I can make out whether this person is going to help me or not. I can just make out. It's when you had enough conversations for over 7 years, you kind of get an idea. You observed enough people. So these are the things that I would never do. Now, let's come to the different pricing package. Now, please understand that the numbers that ends with 9 and 7 is for you to create some kind of a FOMO where you will feel that the perceived value is so much, the actual value is so less, and they're giving it to us at that flagship price. Please note that anything that is less than $1,000 is not worth paying for. Anything. And I literally mean anything, including later when I'm going to launch my Udemy micro courses. I will be very open and straightforward to you. You can literally learn everything that I will ever learn from all these greatest coaches and trainers. Like I've started reading books. I've started fixing my routine. This is the 49th day that I'm going live. I'm creating content every single day. Everything that I'm going to learn from this moment on, something that I should have started back in 2019, I'm doing it right now in 2025. I'm going to put it out absolutely for free. So if you watch this stuff, you will obviously learn everything for free. You need not pay me a single dime. I don't want a single penny from you until and unless I am able to help you earn that money. If not, I really don't need your money. Now, I give you steps on how would you like to do it, and I'm very open about it. That's the explanation for the micro courses. I handhold you and help you and make you implement. That's when I'm guiding you through in the live cohort. But that also limited seats because I only want to work with limited set of people. And I'm giving my time, my attention, my energy, my one-to-ones in this to make sure that you get the results. And every detail is already mentioned. Now, if this is the level of depth that you see, only then decide. But even if the slightest bit of thing you feel off, don't. The pricing also is very weird. Very weird. Anything that is free, please note that anything that is free, your personal details are at stake. So sign up for something which you feel is going to be genuinely valuable. For example, these lives that we are doing, I will be turning these lives into blogs, articles, mind maps, notes, micro courses, blogs, which is going to be categorized beautifully in my website so that I don't have to repeat the same information over and over again. And anyone in this world with just a click, just a couple of clicks can find me, either using AI or using my website or anything. They can find me, and that's how they get the results. That's how they get the value. But I'm not sure whether right now I would like to charge a 99 rupee 2-day workshop. Even if it is, I am charging for the same, I would like to give people end-to-end implementation solution. Because in today's world, information, there's no dearth of it. I'm already putting out all the information for free in all my social media platforms and everywhere that I am across the internet. So why would I charge you any money to give you the same information where I'm just boasting myself? This is what I've achieved. This is what I've done. No, if I'm charging you any kind of a money, it is to get you the results, to fast track. For example, I'm just speculating here. Uh, a 2-day public speaking workshop where day one, you will learn the principles, techniques, methods of public speaking. Day two, you will speak. So I will make you speak for 1 minute, for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 30 minutes. I will make you speak. Isn't that a worthy 2-day workshop, which you would pay anything like $99 or 99 rupees, or again $1, whatever it is, whatever is the amount right now? That's worth it. If I'm inviting you for a 2-day, if I'm inviting you for a 90-minute workshop on how to apply for a job, I will actually make you sit and guide you with the step-by-step method to create a proper portfolio through which you can go for the job, or give you the entire technique and method, which is going to include the book, the cheat sheet, the GPT, and everything to help you do so. Only then it makes sense to waste your time. So, do I purchase 99 rupee stuff on 999 or any of these things? No, I don't anymore. I don't. They just want you to feel that there's a lot of perceived value, and you have to pay a very nominal amount to get that enormous value. But the cost is huge. You will feel horrible if you do not sign up, because they're going to make you feel so. They'll pound you with emails of this person has achieved this success, this person achieved that success. Nothing. Now, there's also something very interesting and important. When we pay money, we pay attention. When we pay money, we decide to take certain action steps. But at the same time, please note that you are being pounded and hovered with so many different stuff that you lose a track. Like right now, I'm able to tell you that I'm a part of 65 communities, because each of the communities that I've ever paid and ever been a part of, I have the ID of that particular resource, the my email ID, my password in that account, how much money I paid. I have every single thing in front of me in an Excel sheet. That's because I never know when I'm going to need it. So I kept and hoarded, and only over a period of time, right now, 7 years and above, I'm able to realize that I've hoarded so much of stuff, but I never really actually sat down and went through it, which is more why I'm doing these lives, so that as I'm learning it, I'm sharing all of those things every single day with you. And that's a very horrible loop to be in, because now you stay stuck. You're like, oh my God, I've signed up for so many programs and stuff, but I'm not able to see the result. I'm back to square one wherever I was. And that's a horrible and a painful situation to be in. So the communities that I have been a part of, this is what I have seen. Okay. Amazing ad, amazing webinar, amazing workshop, boot camp, whatever. They will promise huge things, huge. They'll give you money back guarantee. They'll give you so many different things. They'll give you everything except the actual result, because they are creating that entire program not to help you or serve you, rather to get you pay them more. Now, obviously, they'll tell you that we want to help you even more, we want to serve you even more. But my point is, if I paid you X amount, have you helped me earn 10x of it? If not, I will not even pay you a single penny. Now, irrespective of whichever community I'm a part of, if I'm into relationship coaching, are you going to coach me in such a way that you'll increase my happiness, and then tell me how that happiness is going to help me earn more? Again, that is because my biggest problem in life right now is I want to increase my active income, which is still not equivalent to taking care of my basic needs for myself and my family, and a little bit of wants. What is my wants? Just savings. Savings so that I can get an insurance policy, term insurance, all of the things that we need in order to ensure that we are able to have a secure life. Are you able to understand where things are going right now? So webinar is amazing, the product is amazing, the pricing is amazing. You join the community. When you join the community, you have to continue participating in their sessions over and over again. If you continue participating in the sessions over and over again, it's not just about participating in the sessions. You have to do the work that they tell you to do. So in the sessions, they are just going to give you motivation. But in the work that you need to do, now if you have a full-time job, You already have a full-time job, 8 to 10 hours. If you're going for traveling, again, bless you, 12 hours and above, time is already gone. And then you spend 2 hours or 3 hours a week with them just to get motivation and inspiration. You still need that 4 to 6 hours to implement whatever it is that they're teaching. Where is the time? And this they don't tell you. All the more in research right now, the online courses that are there in this world, there is only a 0.02%. Some research paper which I recently read a couple of weeks back, 0.2% is the completion rate. 0.2%. And there's one more, I think only 6% people move even beyond the first module of the online course that they have purchased. So there is some kind of a gap, isn't it? Now, I will tell you the prominent gaps that I have observed, and something that we are working on, Yogeshwari and I, for Sun's Den straight away from this point itself. These are the gaps that I observed in overall all the communities. Number one, they don't take feedback and act upon it. They don't take feedback from the students. Number two, they think whatever it is that they are doing, because they are the coach, they are right, you have to follow. If you're not able to follow, something is wrong in you, and they make you feel that because the whole community is following it. If you're not following it, you're the rotten apple. Number three, they always tell you about your shortcomings, on how you are not able to perceive through or break through or do whatever is needed to make it happen. Number four, the system, when they talk about, if you are not able to follow it, the system is unanimous. It's not flexible to make it and weave it as per your comfort. They've not designed the system that way. Number five, it's not fun, entertaining, it's boring, it's not what you had expected. Number six, it's not fully detailed out. It's not fully explained every single thing end to end. All the more why there are only a handful of coaches and trainers in this world who are making it so big, because whenever they come up with something, they come up with the end to end of it. Every single thing related to it. If not, they upgrade. Very, very recently, I was thinking of signing up for a coach. He teaches digital marketing in Hindi. It's pretty nice. I've had the opportunity to meet him in person as well, only to realize, and that's because one of my friends had purchased his course. His courses are still, mind you, he's teaching digital marketing, which has evolved so much in the last 6 months, thanks to AIification of everything. He is still having 2019 edition courses in his learning management system. So today, if I decide to learn digital marketing, even if I purchase from him, I cannot learn because whatever he's teaching is old and outdated. Now, if I decide to learn and I start teaching them and I continue to upgrade every 2 years, the entire courses, the course content, the landing page, the pages, the actual deliverables after a student joins the community, that's when I can say that I've done a good job. Now, the continuous support and feedback directly in terms of proximity, that is also big time missing. There's a horde of people in the whole uh, the sessions, like it's just going on and on and on, where 2,500, 3,000 people are there in one room. Do you think they'll be able to see your message, or they'll be able to give you that personalized attention? They're just really telling that, oh, 5,000 students have joined my community. And that's why for 2025, like right now, remainder and onwards, I have put a full stop on attending any community sessions, anything whatsoever. Not attending any retreats, not attending any coaching sessions, not attending any boot camps, nothing of this sort. If I need to learn something, I already have access to all the communities. I will watch the recordings in 2x speed, in 2.5, 3x speed. I will watch it as per my own convenience. I will watch it, I will implement it, I'll teach it, I will create systems out of it. Only then I will feel that my entire process is complete. For this, for example, right now, I can sit with you and teach you how can you parallelly live stream in YouTube and LinkedIn, because I'm doing it for 49 days straight. And I can teach you exactly that. I can teach that and make a video out of it, create a system out of it. That is the level of depth at which we are trying to build, one step at a time, one phase at a time in Sunsden. I want to teach people what I am exactly doing, and only I'm going to teach it if I have got success in the same. Otherwise, I'm not being congruent. So now let's come down to the fundamental of success, the possibility. What I have come to realize is training and coaching, there are multiple words, jargons that is being tossed up here and there and all left, right, and center. A course doesn't define your success. It defines when you implement it. Coaching doesn't define your success. It does when the coach is able to give you the transformation within the first session, within the first 20 minutes of spending time with you. Only then the coach is capable. Consulting is when someone is giving you, based on their experience, the specific action steps that you need to take. Accountability is when someone is holding you to ensure that he's also doing something and making you do it as well. Certification is when you have mastered a skill and the skill is able to give you money. Community is when people are talking to each other in such a manner where they are able to, where that whole environment itself is uplifting everyone, where 1 plus 1 is actually becoming 11. Contest is when you are competing with each other to grow together, not to win against each other, to grow together. And results is not what they decide for you, the coaches and the trainers, is what you have decided for yourself. If the results that you want for yourself is matching what they are telling, it's good to take a leap of faith, otherwise not. Because success is determined by the structure of the program, the simplicity of implementation. That's why I'm so clear about these live sessions, that you just sit down with me, you will go through some shift deep inside, because this is just me organizing my thoughts and delivering it raw. Just for you going through this, it'll create some change or the other, and it's information out there for the world to go through. Implementation is what I do step by step in the courses, the micro courses or the cohort. Accountability, showing up every day for you. Now, if you're showing up for me every single day in the comments, I will know. I get to take the names. I've even taken names of people who are who have shown up. It's the success is in the feedback which is given to the coach and they act upon it, which we are able to seek as well. uh, we are given the feedback where we are going wrong, what are the things we need correction. Consistency, mindset, things that I have not been able to be that good at over the last 7 years. I started my community, I still have my students, I'm still in touch with them. The only thing I have told them very clear is, yes, I'm not showing up for sessions, but if you need me anything at all, I'm right here. I'm just a message away. I'm just a call away. For me, proximity is a very, very big thing. Now I'm setting up my mindset and consistency by showing up. 49th episode. I think doing a pretty good job. At least I'm proud of myself. Now it's slowly about improving it. The moment we go from tomorrow, like tomorrow is day number 50, I'm taking it all the way to the next level from tomorrow onwards. So that's something that we will discuss tomorrow as well. And because of all these reasons, even if 100 people join, only 10 people transform. So what we have decided in Sunsden is we are very, very particular. People join in the cohort, one day they're absent, they're out of the cohort. Like, you join next batch again, forget about this batch. And we are very particular about time. Points are tracked. Every single thing is tracked one step at a time. Now, if that is what we've understood overall about the entire training and coaching industry right now, is it a $500 billion industry? 120% yes. Can we get a piece of the pie? Well, you can be the greatest pie in the world. That's my intention right now. The fact that I've just started out, that's my intention. I'm telling it very, very straight away. If Tony Robbins is charging, what I think he charges around $100,000 probably for his platinum membership, which is a yearly payable mastermind. I'm not sure how much I will charge for my platinum membership. All I know is The initial levels of memberships are going to be so easy. Memberships as in free stuff. The enormous amount of value delivered absolutely for free and the world to know about it is going to be so high that even if I charge for that platinum membership, it'll be worth it because I've helped so many people at the grassroots level, people who do not have money to pay, but they just have an internet to go through. That's what I know for sure. What creates, how does a coaching program actually works? The first and the foremost is system. Systems work, people fail. But along with that, clear communication, consistent efforts from both the sides. There is an honest guidance, community support, the help. Whenever you fall back, someone is there to to hold you back, to rise up. The right people who will reach out to you, the right people who will call you even though you don't have to call them. I'm a part of communities where we are told that you just need to ask for help. What if you're even too scared to do that? That is what we are creating at Sunsden. My objective is today I have what, around 2,000 followers on Facebook, 6,000 plus followers on Instagram. At this point of time, doing this live, around 420 plus followers, 400 plus followers on subscribers on YouTube. Is it possible for me to know every single one of them by name, by the first name? Is it possible to humanly know every single person who is getting value from me, who's following me, who is wanting to learn from me, is getting some kind of a result and outcome from me? Is it possible? I know for sure it is. And that is what we are aiming for. That is what we are working towards. Will I create a coaching program later? Will I become a coach later? I don't think so. Until and unless I'm able to see that the kind of work that I'm doing every single day through my content, through my stuff, people are genuinely getting value and they're telling me, like how people have started telling Yogeshwari. I saw her talking to a couple of people and they were like, the stuff that you're doing is truly world class and all. Yeah, she can address herself as a coach. Me, not yet, not yet. And I'm okay with that. I do not want any kind of a burden or any title which I will not be able to bear the responsibility with or which will sound fake. Okay. Couple of other bullet pointers. This is just a personal rant and you can see to it that you follow it, or if you don't, put it out in the dustbin. Here are a couple of final stuff that I always focus on. Number one, I will never sign up for anybody's program who is fat. Fat as in they have a paunch coming out. Physically, they don't look fit. I will never sign up. And that way, I'm also very, very particular. I will never force you to sign up for my content, my stuff, my paid stuff until unless I am fit. The reason I'm having my long hair and long beard is because I am working on my fitness. The day I decide to trim and groom myself is going to be the day when I know that I deserve that clean shave look, or I'm going to look good. I'm going to look fit. I'm going to look healthy. So that's number one. Number two, I do not sign up for anyone who gives gyan unasked. Meaning, if I'm venting out my problems to you, you haven't even listened to me. You are busy giving me solutions. Solutions that I don't even need. Literally to such an extent where you're enforcing your perspective and opinion on me. So sorry, it's a red flag. Not going to go ahead with you. I don't need your time, your attention, and energy. Number three, who over explain their points. If you cannot explain something to me in less than 2 minutes, you cannot explain that to me in 2 hours also. So if you're going to talk too much, I'm so sorry, I'm out. Number four, you have to tell me about your entire membership and every single model, your upsell and downsell right at the start. You have to be crystal clear about yourself to me, which should also be there in your website and your details and your social media and all of these platforms. If it's not, if your stuff, what who you are inside, if it's not available, even if AI, right now AI is there, so AI is able to give me the slightest possible red flag, I will not go ahead. Fifth will be I want to know the clarity of your profit margin. That's a very, very big one. You don't have to give me specific numbers, but you have to give me how much money are you making through this coaching, and how much is your profit margin? Because I know if you're making profits, which means you've been doing this to help people, and if you're helping people, you're getting helping them get results, which means a lot of people are getting results. The money that you're making is ethical, which means you'll be able to help me as well. The next point that I would ask them is the student to success ratio, which means how many students do you have in your community, paid community, and how many of them are success stories, the percentage of it. Okay, that's another very important point. And of course, you have to align to what is it that I need, my needs and my wants. You should be able to ask me about it. You should do something about it, which means in Sun's Den, now that Yogeshwari has decided she's going to be taking up the marketing and sales part, I am taking care of the training and development, back-end tech ops, as well as the community manager role. So it's my responsibility to stay in touch with all the students that are there in the community, get to know what are they doing, what are the challenges, what's going on and stuff. That's on me. So to be able to have all of this clarity. Now, if anyone is not able to answer any of these questions, which happened very recently, a very, very one of the biggest coaches in India right now. He's worked with some of the world's greatest people as well. I asked his support team a bunch of questions, and the reply that I got is, if you've got so many doubts, we recommend that you do not join the membership. Thank you very much for letting me know that in advance. I won't. I'll make sure that I don't. And as you do so, as you flush out one such coach or trainer, make sure that they're out of your system completely. Like right now, at this point of time when I'm doing this live, I'm only watching the content of 3 to 4 people max. And out of these 3 to 4 people, 3 of them, they don't run any ads. Okay, they don't force people to buy. Rather, they give enough value, and the value itself brings uh, people to them, and they are okay to teach that as well. There's some form of a resonance that I'm able to feel based on what I want to do. So I've given you every single thing that you need to know right now, even before you start uh, choosing a coaching program or a coach or a mentor if you need in your life. The best part is, don't choose someone who's far ahead. Choose someone who's just starting out. If I was talking to a 5-year younger version of me, I would mentor him. But then this is a point of time when I am actually doing what maybe my 5-year senior version or 10-year senior version of me will tell me to do. That's what I'm doing right now, showing up every single day. Hope this was useful. Today's content, I am not too happy about it, honestly speaking, because I felt I was far too disorganized. I didn't even prepare, was not even feeling like doing it. But anyway, still, the show must go on. Tomorrow, uh, today we are going to go to sleep early, and tomorrow is a start to a consistent period of stuff that we are going to go through. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you tomorrow, day number 50, episode number 50.